Howdy there, I'm Stace and I'm super excited because the team at Sunrise said to me, Stace, you seem to know a lot about slow cookers. Can you come on the show and show us how to make breakfast, lunch and dinner in a slow cooker? Tick, easy as. I grabbed some recipes from my slow cooker course, written myself a list. Let's go shopping and I'll show you exactly how to make these recipes. All right, as per usual, I get everything ready at the start and I really like to lay out my meals so that I know what I'm making. And I'll go through my list. See here, I've got it on my computer, the recipes, just to make sure that I have everything. You'll see that I do this in all of my meal prep videos. I'll link them below so that you can check them out. Now, first things first is this berry slice. Oh my goodness, we beyond love it. The great thing about a slow cooker is that you can actually line it. So instead of using paper, I'm starting to kick it old school style and I do the butter and flour method. It's beautiful in a slow cooker because it means it gets quite a nice color on the food that you're putting in there as well. To make these berry bars, it's so simple. You basically just mash the banana with the oats, get some eggs in there and some milk. I do add protein powder because I really want this one to be absolutely killer and something that you will happily gobble up for yourself and for the babes for brekkie, lunch or dinner. The great thing about this recipe too is that you can cook it. It only takes a few hours, but as long as your slow cooker has that keep warm function, I'll link below the slow cooker that I have as well, then it'll keep warm overnight and it won't overcook, so you can wake up to these ready, done. On goes my tea towel little hack. That means it'll catch any of the condensation so that you don't end up with like a gluggy mess. And that one is on to cook. So that's the first one that I'm cooking there for Sunrise. Now, the second one that I'm going to prep is my frittata. And again, you'll be like, what? In a slow cooker? Babe, you can. And the beauty of this is this one, if you cook it on low, it actually takes 7 hours. So you could prep all of this, put it on, snooze, let that keep warm function kick in, because hopefully you're having more than 7 hours sleep. But let's be honest, we got kids, maybe not. And you wake up and it's done. The ripper thing is too, is this is going to do you for like 3 to 4 days, right? I use meat in this one. I've used meatballs. The recipe calls for pulling sausages. Basically, I'm just trying to put something that has some flavour in there. I like to brown it off. And now I'm just starting to prep all of the veggies. You can choose any veg that you like for this, but I kind of went this Mediterranean style with it. So I've got some olives there, some capsicum. My meatballs are done, so I'm going to shove my onion in, just let that brown off as well while I'm getting everything together. You could absolutely do this like the night before, or I have at times made this all up in my slow cooker insert. See that little black thing there? And whacked it into the fridge and then cooked it when I'm ready. Let's have some water. And now, babe, we're ready to sort of assemble it. So in goes also my cottage cheese into this frittata. You could absolutely use cream, but the reason I'm using cottage cheese is I'm all about the protein. You've probably seen my protein brekkie ebook. I try and really have stuff that's going to fill me up and make my brain work, make the babes, perform well at school. So we eat a heck of a lot of protein. So that's why that's in there. All of the veg in. I did it sort of over 2 layers there. I mean, look at this. You're going to be happy about the colours in that, right? And then in goes my egg mixture. I actually was sneaky here and I put in a few spoonfuls of pesto that I had in the fridge, squish it down, get that old tea towel method going. I use this so much in my slow cooker course. You'll see, like, I even bake muesli bars in my slow cooker, and that's where this idea comes from. When you're prepping all of these things, and see here I'm doing 3 recipes at once, just spend a little extra time and clean in between it, right? So maybe you want to get stuff in the dishwasher. I just like to wipe down the bench. It just feels that bit more chilled out. Now, the next thing I need to do is make the satay. This is probably my most famous slow cooker recipe. And all of my recipes when I'm using a slow cooker, I give you a pressure cooker option, but also a cooktop option. Now, I'm using my slow cookers already. I've got 2 of them and they're already being used with those last 2 recipes. So I've just grabbed out my cast iron dish and I'm going to slow cook on that. You could put it in the oven, you could put it on the cooktop. So if you've ever been eyeing off any of my slow cooker recipes, and I hope you've checked out my slow cooker course where I organise all of these recipes into a meal plan with a shopping list, is done. You don't always have to use your slow cooker. You can use a cast iron in the oven or on the cooktop. All right, let's let that do its thing. And sister, you need to clean up. Oh my goodness. So I'm cleaning up and then kind of at the same time too, I'm starting to think about what do I need to start pulling together. So I'll get onto that in a sec. I want to just take you back to that muesli bar. I squished those raspberries, see there with a fork, about an hour in because they only take 2 hours to cook. And it just means that it just goes gooey over the top. You don't need to do that, but you might want to. And here's the satay a couple of hours on. It's looking great. I've stuck my fork in though, and it's not all pulling apart with ease. So I'm just going to leave it for a second and check on my other things. Look at that. The muesli bar is done. I let that cool in the actual insert there. So just put it to the side or make sure that your cooker is turned off. And then look at this. See, like the satay, the meat literally pulls apart with a fork. It is so delicious. I just need to make sure of that, of course, because the guys on the telly are going to be eating it. Yeah, chef's kiss. And now here is the frittata. Would you believe it? Like, it's pretty cool, isn't it, of how much colour it gets on it. So that is all 3 recipes for Sunrise. Done. Oh my gosh, it's kind of exciting. It's taken me on to the nighttime here. So I'm just grabbing everything out. I want to lay it out, make sure that I have every single thing that I need, as well as about 10 others, because I've never done this before and I'm really nervous to be cooking on telly and be like, don't want to forget anything. So here is everything. You're probably pretty surprised too. Like, they have an odd bowl or 2, but they ask you to bring everything in. So I packed it into my markets trolley. I love my clacks. And in I go, past the sets of Home and Away. Look at all of that, into the test kitchen, making sure that I heat a few things up. And then I put everything on my little trolley, wheel it past Nat and Matt. They were so lovely. I get in place. And then, oh my gosh, I still can't believe that I did this. It was so cool. Here's the kids watching it. What did you say? Was it nice?
This is my favourite. I love this.
Yay!
Everything she said. I haven't even started on the others. This is great.
Oh, yay! Well, I'll leave them outside for you guys. I'd be honoured if you all gobbled it up.
Good. Sorry, Coach.
No.
All right, Meals on Wheels, let's go.
And that was it. We wheeled it out. I packed everything up. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, I've linked the recipes below, so you got to try these out. They are from my course. Maybe you want to grab it now, or you can try these ones. It was such a hoot, but I can't tell you the adrenaline that went through me. So I did what I know best and I walked it out. Literally parked the car and then just went for a walk for an hour and processed. So cool.